Hello, y'all. It's 5:37 p.m. So I'm doing things a little bit different today. I'm just I worked, and then luckily I didn't have to clean this room that much, just a little bit, sweep up a little bit of um paper off the floor, like paper towel paper off the floor. And I'm just taking a nice long, excuse me, instead of working 2 hours and then getting a 15-minute break, then getting a 30-minute dinner break, and then work. I'm sorry, work 2 hours, then uh, get 15-minute break, and then which is paid, and then work 2 more hours, and then get an unpaid 30-minute break, and then work another 2 hours and get another 15-minute break or whatever. I'm just taking a nice long um 30-minute um paid break, and then immediately after I'm going to take my unpaid dinner break, and then after that I go back to we'll go back to work. I mean, the boss over at this school, he basically said y'all grown. So he tells us that we're grown, and if we wanted to, we can take a break whenever we want as long as we get all our work done. So my legs have been hurting lately. My feet don't hurt. Like, maybe it's these shoes that my feet don't hurt. And I got these shoes from Ross, with my work paycheck from my previous job. I got these shoes from Ross for like $30, I think. And there's some Adidas shoes. And they didn't come in a box, but I tried to look up the the kind of shoes they are, and it was very hard to find them online. But I do not get foot pain. Like, I don't walk around with my feet hurting in these Adidas shoes that I got from Ross at the mall. So between last night and today, I know I uploaded, quite a few videos. And I've been, you know, I don't I don't have really anybody to talk to as another targeted individual, on the phone. There's this one legit TI that I've been trying to link up with her, and she's been trying to link up with me, but they interfere with and sabotage with her and won't let her make calls out to people. So that's challenging. That if I call her right now, she won't notice until like maybe Sunday or something. And they have had other targets that have had stuff like that too. But I've had situations where I talk to other targeted individuals on the phone, and the moment we get on the phone, they start like remotely pressing a whole bunch of buttons on the phone, like little kids. Like you would swear a toddler is interfering with our phone, or they would mute the phone on my end, even if I'm talking on speakerphone or have my earbuds in. They would mute the phone on my end, and then the other person's like, hello, hello, hello. So, you know, I had to learn the hard way that you cannot even trust another TI to talk to, because then they flip and become perps. Not all of them, but a lot of them have done this to me. Or if they didn't, even if they didn't flip, if they decide they just don't like me no more for whatever reason, and it's like the deep secrets that I have told them, they use that as a weapon against me and throw it in my face, you know, or they'll put me out on YouTube and say, certain things that's like embarrassing, you know. So, and then they would try to make it like as if what I told them was not related to my targeting or whatever. So, some people say that targeted individuals are mind controlled to not like each other and stuff like that, But it's scary and lonely struggling, being a female, having to struggle through this yourself. So as I said, lately I have not been asking anybody for money or panhandling or nothing like that. And I found a job opportunity. I've been working. They seem like they like me here. And they say I do a very good job. And so I'm still somewhat new and trying to get the feel for everything, or learning something new almost every day with how they run things, or still trying to get adjusted. And I heard that cold and rainy weather is supposed to come like next week or something, this week or next week. So, I got this roof over my head, and I have not been, doing a video that asks, well, oh, I need help with, money to stay in a hotel room to stay out of the rain or stay out of such and such weather. So now I'm, working. This week I'm feeling better than I did last week. So hopefully I can probably get to work Saturday, But I realize how important it is to let your body rest, And I was told that, when we were working at the Grand Canyon, um, there was a guy from the Middle East. I don't remember what country he was, and he was like young in his 20s, and he was married to a woman in her early 40s, and they seemed like their marriage was going great, And he told me, don't let them overwork you. He said, and money is not everything. So because at I heard that sometimes at the Grand Canyon or any of those resorts or whatever, that they'll sometimes overwork you and stuff like that. But if I would have got that job in where was that? Sandestin, that I was supposed to get, if things would have been able to work out, then I could have got paid, $12. I get paid $12 an hour here, but I could have been able to stack more money because of free room and board and everything. But they said that I couldn't have my earbuds when I worked, to block out noise and stuff. So I could have had free room and board, plus working $12 an hour. So, but here I get to have my earbuds and black out noise if need be. Like if they have the band playing, I can put in my earbuds to block out the noise and be able to focus better and concentrate. But it's so quiet in here, and I like it. I like this peace and quiet, that I can just work solo, work by myself in peace and quiet. And it's quiet enough that at the moment I do not need my earbuds to block out outside noise. So, I gotta go for now and, try to get me my dinner break and then slave away the rest of the day just continue to, work until it's time to go, since I made the decision to take up 2 15-minute breaks, and then I'm about to go eat and then just work the rest of the day, the rest of the evening, and so I remember to bring my dinner today, and I remember to bring my dinner today, and I'll be having, I bought like pre-made dinners from Publix. Shame there's no Trader Joe's, and if I wanted to go to Trader Joe's, they don't have one in. They have one in Metairie, Louisiana, which is part of New Orleans, and they have one in Tallahassee, Florida. So I couldn't get, Trader Joe's. I miss that store, and I miss Whole Foods. They have the fake Everman that has me banned for life, so I can't go to Everman. Can't go to a fake Everman store. I call them fake since they had me banned for life, when I was supposed to only been banned for a year, but they made that personal decision. And I'm like, wow, just because I was homeless? But right now, even though I have not been asking for any money or anything, and I have like an indefinite roof over my head, I'm staying in a motel, but I still consider myself homeless because I don't have a fixed or permanent, living where, oh, you got to pay rent and bills and stuff, And a lot of people who stay in hotels and motels and it's a survival and necessity, they still consider that homeless. The system will still consider you homeless because you don't have your own signed lease in an apartment in a house or something like that. So I have some new temp co-workers. One of them is supposed to, they have been driving back and forth between Pensacola and here. And, they said it was more like a lifesaver or a blessing. Well, the lady said that, it really helped her out a lot if she can stay at the motel where I'm staying at, for $300 a week plus tax, and so that they won't have to drive from Pensacola to over here. And they said that she said that they were having to pay $15 at the truck stops, filthy nasty truck stops, paying $15 and having to sleep in their vehicle. And I can relate to how hard that is, me being flat out on the streets, but not in a vehicle or anything. And the lady seemed like she seemed like she was humble. I feel like that got to be hard because I know the truck stops are kind of far, so to drive all the way from Pensacola or whatever to over here. So she, I'm glad to, help them out, with that. If they can have like where they can, everything's nearby. I mean, shower in the motel, plus laundry on site, and grocery store right across the street. The school where we work at, 2 blocks away. So, they said it was rough being homeless, living in their vehicle. I mean, she said, because there was one of them I had a conversation with. She said that, So, people judge homelessness and poverty and hate you for being homeless and poor until they're forced to humble themselves and have to live through it. And they make it like as if homeless people deserve less than other people in society. Like how the hell narcissistically a rich person can tell a homeless person, like, you're rich living off of lobster and steak every day, or anytime, But if a person is poor and homeless, they'd be given like a rich man and Lazarus kind of situation. Like you'd be told, I mean, if you have to accept expired an expired sandwich, and the homeless person said, "Well, this kind of smells bad," and the rich person who gave that homeless person an expired sandwich that they intended to throw away in the first place, that possibly could get that homeless person sick, the homeless person be like, "Well, why this? Why?" I'm just giving a what if scenario. I'm like, "Well, why this? The ham on this sandwich, or the lunch meat smells bad." Oh, just be grateful somebody even gave you any food anyway. Oh, you need to stop acting entitled. But, the rich person wouldn't have ate that doggone sandwich. But it's like people make like as if because you got a lot of money, then you have a license. Money is your license to be, act entitled and narcissistic and everything. But poor people are supposed to just be humble and grateful for whatever shit thrown at them. And it's just not right how homeless people are treated or poor people are treated. That you should be just keep your mouth shut and be grateful for expired old food that's killing you. That will kill you off faster. But say, what if you were a homeless person who wanted that $5 or $8 fresh pressed smoothie or whatever? Oh, we don't deserve that. We don't like people try to make it like, if you're homeless, that you're entitled and spoiled for wanting to eat healthier. Like when we were in New Orleans, they had a homeless man. He was almost literally in tears because he said that that's all they would feed you is nothing but red beans and rice all day, every day. And he said he was just sick of it. That homeless people get treated like less than animals, and then also get treated like prisoners. And a lot of us didn't even ask for our predicament. That man, I felt his pain when he mentioned about, being forced that all they care to feed you is nothing but red beans and rice. And Union Rescue, and that was in New Orleans at the St. Jude place off of Rampart and Canal Street in New Orleans. But in Los Angeles, they had in LA at Union Rescue Mission, I got attacked for asking why do they do nothing but feed you pork and corn every day, and processed pork too, and corn every day. And then I got, I had to hear a narcissistic lecture and, say, oh, all you do is complain about everything, this and that, whatever. But I remember they had these oversized hot dogs that at another shelter they were feeding us. It was called New Image Fresh Start. Excuse me. And even people who've been in jail or prison, they said that, damn, this is like prison food, or it's like jail food. This is like jail food because they would feed us the same stuff in jail. And some homeless people preferred to sleep outside on the streets. And back then, even in New York, they said shelters is not for everybody. You know how they have that accent, like how you talk like this. They said shelters is not for everybody. So I was wondering why would this person? I was in a shelter, and I know I was treated horribly. So I scratched my head and I wonder, how come somebody, they would prefer in New York to sleep outside on the concrete with cardboard than in a shelter. And they say shelters is not for everybody. And now I see what's going on. Shelters are exploitative prison scam cults that take all your money. And they don't care about us. And so in Los Angeles, people in Skid Row were depressed. It was like the pits of hell, and they preferred they preferred to they preferred to stay on the streets in Skid Row rather than in the shelters. Well, for number one, they take all your money and want you to pay to stay in the shelters, and take your money and then wait till after they take your money to pick an argument with you for an excuse to throw you out on the streets. And then two, um, they said that they cannot stay in Union Rescue Mission and stuff like that because it's too reminiscent of when it brings back PTSD moments of them being in prison. And people, you hear gunshots every day in Los Angeles, people committing suicide almost every day, with drugs and homelessness, and the police sit there and just freaking laugh. The police have no compassion. And not all homeless people are on drugs, especially if you're a TI forced to be a homeless. A lot of targeted individuals aren't on drugs. But, they'll falsely accuse you of being on drugs if you speak the truth about things and how this world operates, and people don't understand you, so they'll think that you're crazy and you're a drug addict because you're spewing truth out of your mouth rather than, the brainwashed lies that, we're told and stuff like that. So I rambled on and went over my time. I'll still get my work done, I promise. So let me go for now, and I just wanted y'all to see how we got to deal with this stuff. Like they vibrated me just for a few minutes last night. So like, damn, this is how I ended up homeless because I didn't know what was going on or how to handle it. So if I would have known about having a community of people to talk to, and if I would have been able to make the connection with my body vibrating and the gang stalking and cults and stuff, then I could have had a community of people to talk to. But now, almost the whole, community is turned away from me. I don't really have anybody to talk to. About my homeless situation. I'm sorry, my targeting situation. I meant to say my targeting situation. And so I'm just barely making it, just barely surviving, just barely staying afloat. And I want to remind y'all, I have ebooks in the description box of my of my all of my videos. I have my ebooks, for sale, fiction and nonfiction. That the gang stalkers only they don't. I hardly have much of any feedback or reviews, but the only people who badmouth my ebooks are the gang stalkers who are jealous. They're jealous. So, I have ebooks written, and also if you want to read them for free, I'm open enough that I'm willing to give you, share them with you for free as well. So, I'm trying to give back, in certain way, whatever ways I'm able to or know how. And before I go, they had this fake TI perp attacking me named, I don't remember the person's name, but it was the day before yesterday, or was it no, it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I went to the library and and exposed my online harassment. Well, they had one fake TI perp who tried to tell me off about myself and tried to tell me you wonder why the TI community don't deal with you or whatever. And it's like amazing how somebody who never contacted me, they think they all know all about me because of the rumors and hearsay and stuff, rather than knowing the facts for themselves and seeing my videos and stuff. But I'm not a mean person. Back then, people used to tell me that I give too much. Even in 2018, my aunt Yvonne berated and condemned and yelled at me and said I give too much. Now, I mean, that's like, they make it like as if I did something wrong by being generous and giving. And one time, the foster sister Shelly asked me, she tried to question me, oh, are you suicidal? And try to ask me if I'm suicidal because I'm giving away so much stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, that's just me. That's just my personality of, being nice and generous and giving. And a narcissistic abuser, if you try to give them a gift, because even if it's family, they cut their eyes and be like, oh, why are you giving me this? Like as if I did something wrong. So, even when I'm not here to, trying to do my alms before men like the Bible says. The Bible speaks against that. When you do good deeds, you got to do it in secret and expecting nothing back. And even before I became a Christian, it's always been. That's why people used to take advantage of me so much. But this doggone nightmare, oh, Candy's a scammer and a fraud and stuff like that. When I was just trying to get help with, only trying to get help out of bad weather. I don't be trying to ask for stay in a hotel all the time. It's just, to stay out of bad weather. But I've been doing okay, for almost a month. I've been, working and staying in that motel. So let me go for now.